Alright guys, the day's finally here. It's Warcraft expansion reveal day. Small drum roll there. Today it's brought along my my companion, like it'll be like my little pet that I bring in Warcraft. Now, I brought in Amanda from our Mario Kart videos. She's a non-Warcrafter. She only hears me talk about it. I'm just a fanboy, so I wanted to get my opinion about it, and I wanted to get a little bit of an outsider's, and if it's going to be worth it or not. So,
we'll see.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I do. I've heard some things, and full disclosure, I did watch a little bit of this. You know, I just couldn't wait. So, this is now my questions come about. Amanda's questions will come about, and we'll see what happens. Here we go. I mean, what better way to start than all of the expansions, cinematics?
And I wouldn't have known that.
You've seen some of them. Remember the Sour Fang stuff?
Oh, I definitely remember
Yeah.
some of them, but I wouldn't have put that all together.
And you're a Sylvanas person.
Yeah.
There she is.
What were those?
That's all cosplay, man, at BlizzCons. Normally this stuff would have came out at BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Aren't you just pumped? Just get you going. Now, we've all heard about the what this was supposed to be, but, you know, still the excitement.
Hi, everyone. I'm John Haidt, General Manager for Warcraft, and with me today are my friends Ian Hazacostas, who is the Game Director for World of Warcraft, and Holly Longdale, who leads up the production team for WoW Classic. I really appreciate you tuning in. I know we're really excited to be able to give you updates on what's happening in World of Warcraft.
To be talking about Warcraft.
But first, I want to thank our community for all the feedback you've given us this year, and especially our community council. You've helped shape and influence the updates that we've done recently and what you're going to see in the upcoming year.
And he does,
I mean, really, for
Ian
Shadowlands
does
in particular, the story of the last 9 months or so of this expansion is all about the community, and it's shaped by what we've been hearing from them, and us realizing as a team that we just collectively needed to do a better job of making sure the community felt heard.
They have.
And so that led us to
Things
the
have
changes we
gotten
made
better
in
in the
915,
newest expansions,
but also
or the
really re-examining
patches,
some of the assumptions and
as we're going
foundations
about it.
of World of Warcraft about things like character investment and mains versus alts, or how catch-up should work, or the appropriate role of friction in our systems. And I think 915
they're just
represented a
covering,
step
you know,
in the
things that they've
direction
done recently.
of
I really
letting
want
players have
that
more freedom
artwork
to
that's
play World of
behind
Warcraft
them.
the way they want to play it.
That's
And we
the
really
game
built our
boxes
Eternities
of
and content
the
update
original
from the
game.
ground up around those principles.
What are some of the things that the community
Among all
said
their
that
thousands of dollar
influenced
statues
your
laying
decisions
around.
for Eternities In?
Yeah, those
Things
are
like
expensive.
the method
got
and pacing of
Arthas back
acquisition
there.
of the Covenant Legendary
Illidan.
item, tons of tuning, and I think every step of the way, we were listening to make sure that we were carrying forward those lessons learned in the course of 915 into Eternity's End and beyond.
So WoW Classic was really
they've been
came
doing pretty
about
good.
because of the community.
Yeah, they continue to
They've
help
listened.
guide and support
There's
us
a couple
as
things that we've all
Classic
wanted,
evolves.
you know,
World
like
of Warcraft has
time walking
always
all the
been
time,
about the world
Mythic,
and the players to
Legion,
inhabit it.
dungeons.
And
Hopefully they'll
we
come
are
around.
in a lot of ways curators and
Fingers crossed
caretakers
for that.
of that journey and of that experience. And so once this classic community formed and grew,
Now, I never got in the
we had to
classic.
listen to them.
If
It's
you
the
guys
tide
think it's
of
something that's
listening
worth
to
it, I played it when it
community and paying
originally
attention
came
to
out in
what is
2004,
a good experience for
2005.
our players now.
All those expansions
and
as
where
they
we
were coming
really
out.
saw a sea change
Going
in
back
this
and reliving
idea
it,
is with our
it's quite
season
the
of
culture
Mastery
shock.
Realm, which is a season of fresh
This
start
is how we used to
classic.
play the
And
game.
Initially, we were talking about it
Currently,
like it was going to be
now
like
it's
a
like
fresh start.
they hold our
Try
hands
this
to the lot.
experiment in a season. It'll be about
They
a
have to
year
make it
long.
easier so
And then when the
people
community
play.
found out about it,
Right.
we started
People
seeing
don't
this
like
upswell.
losing
Yeah,
or
the team just took that
doing
idea
complicated
and
Just
ran
ask
with
my
it
desk.
and turned, you know, what
How I
started
feel
out as a
about
small
losing.
community
Yeah.
project.
Man, the other day I just wanted to hit it so
into this
hard
soul
because I got a
iron
new
system
desk.
that became
So I just
a
wanted to
centerpiece
smash it.
of Season of Masters.
Just
and
break
a whole
it.
new opt-in
Not the
hardcore
new
mode.
desk.
No,
Share.
this
Communities
old little
built
rickety
around.
thing.
Lots of, you know, thrilling victory and painful defeat.
5 hours. I made it 5 hours.
Yeah, and it continues. Like Burning Crusade Classic, we wanted to balance the Paladin seals between Horde and Alliance, so we made an addition there. We wouldn't have gotten there without the community's input
So, influence the community, you've got another update and pretty significant controversial change for this.
Yeah, cross-faction play coming in 925.
I'm excited about
Which
that.
is on a public test realm now as a big
Ian,
centerpiece.
cross-faction.
So you can play with Horde.
You're breaking with
Well,
a
I play
17-year
Alliance, so I'll be able to play
Yeah,
with Horde
it was
characters.
not an easily
Mythic
made
Gun
decision by any
Oh,
means,
okay.
you know, and I think this is another one of those areas where really
So it opens up your-
we try to take to heart
Like, I have friends who
community
play
feedback and requests
Horde,
and
Right.
ask ourselves
and I'll
as
be
a
able to
team,
run
there's a
dungeons with
way
them without
to
any issues.
accommodate such an earnestly held desire and still feel like we're being true to the roots of the game. I think players desire to play with their friends who might prefer a different faction, or to play with the faction that they more closely identify with, even though their raid group is elsewhere.
It's really important for me. I play a lot of alts, and I love
she
absorbing the
gets
story
it.
for each race, and having that
She
ability to
gets
play with
it.
all of my friends across factions
So
is
then you don't have to pay
fantastic.
to switch
At the end of the
anymore?
day,
You don't
the
have
battle
to,
cry is
but,
for
like,
the Horde.
you-
It's not
it's only a
against
couple
the
different
Alliance.
things
It's
that
not
you have
death to the
access to
Alliance.
as,
It's
like, a
about pride in
cross-faction.
one's faction, and I think there's a way to preserve that and even strengthen that while giving players the ability to make the same choice we've seen the greatest heroes make time and time again.
I can't wait to do this. I'm seeing a lot of my friends that I never knew had a max level character in the other
I
faction
enjoy that,
suddenly
what
come
if
out
they're
of the
lying or
woodwork.
not.
And
I do
then,
enjoy
you know,
that
with
they
these,
play
these
it.
cross-faction groups, many of
'Cause
them
they
are
can
going to be
experience
diving
what the
into
players are
something new that we're
experiencing.
doing
They
to kind of
definitely
cap off Shadowlands. A
At least
season
most
4,
of them.
kind of a remix, a bit of a greatest hits, revisiting all of our raid zones across
Wonder
the
if I'm
expansion.
as good as them
bringing
or
in
not.
some familiar older favorites into the Mythic Plus rotation.
Cool,
And we
cool.
recognize this is kind of a closing chapter, a little bit of a send-off to Shadowlands. As everyone gets ready for what happens next, what will come next, want to give a fun new challenge for everyone to sink their teeth into.
Really cool stuff for modern WoW players. I'm super excited about the gear upgrades that
See
you're going to
the
give me and
session
a
back?
chance to go back
Did
and
you
play
see
some of those,
in the sunlight
those awesome
Ragnaros?
raids.
There's a lot to explore. Very exciting.
Oh, you'll see him.
For our next adventure in World
Don't
of
know where he
Warcraft,
went.
we're going to go
I think
back
it's
to
that
Azeroth.
angle.
We're going to a space with high fantasy. I mean, our fans of Azeroth for a long time. This has been kind of the foundation of much of the lore of WoW. So without further ado, let's watch the cinematic.
Yeah, let's.
Well, we're not going to watch it in this video. It will be in the next video.
Dragons!
Dragons!
This is so cool.
No one saw it coming.
So it is
No, I saw it
Dragonflight.
coming.
That is
Carefully
the next
kept
expansion.
secret. But seriously, I mean, what did we just see there?
The awakening of the Dragon Isles, the
Which we all
return
knew it was coming.
of dragons, the dawn of a new age.
Now,
We've seen
and
Rathian
the Dragon
searching
Isles.
for his father's legacy, searching for the Dragon Isles. There's a reason why he hasn't been able to find them until now.
The beacon going off, is that summoning the dragons?
It is removing the concealment that had hidden the Dragon Isles from the world,
This is
but
also the
also
cinematic
beckoning the
that you'll be
dragons
watching.
back urgently in a time of need.
I assume
And this
pretty
is
good
beautiful.
variety of locales within the Dragon Isles. It's
Yes, the Dragon Isles, as kind of standard for WoW expansion, consist of 5 zones, 4 standard leveling zones, and a new starter zone that we'll get to in a second.
Can you talk a little bit about how the team found ways to thread the dragon aspects throughout the environments?
The Dragon Isles are a place that is lush and primal, bursting with elemental energy. As Azeroth herself reawakens, those primal forces are expressed throughout the environment.
this has
whether
been
it's
untouched for
magma
thousands of
activity,
years.
volcanic activity,
Hidden.
whether it's the icy wastes of the Azure Span. And each one of those has a connection to a Dragonflight that we've seen before. And it's going to be an amazing place for players to arrive at and explore.
all right. You know I'm going to ask.
Yes, okay, so
Can I be a dragon?
let's start getting into some features here and what Dragonflight
Features,
means for you
yeah.
as well as just a place. So first off, yes, we have an all-new playable race, the Drakthir race.
Yeah.
This is a Draken, a draconic
Look at it.
race, but dragons in Warcraft
You're a
have the
motherfucking
ability to
dragon.
take on a humanoid form.
What classes can they be?
They have unique abilities as literally a dragon. That doesn't quite fit any of our existing classes. And so
Right,
what we're
right.
doing is this is not just a new race, but it's also a new class. Adding a new race to World of Warcraft, and not just an allied race, is something that we don't do lightly.
it's beautiful. The
But
model.
telling this expansion, the story, so focused
So it can only
around
be one
dragons,
class.
felt like the perfect time for it. So
And
if you
it's
were
the
a
only thing that
Drakthir,
can be that
you will be
class.
the evoker class. Drakthir can only be evokers, evokers can only be Drakthir. And the reason why only a Drakthir could be an evoker is that an evoker is really combining the ability to call upon the magic of the different aspects with the unique physical gifts that a Drakthir has. The ability to actually take flight and do an Onyxia style strafing
Look at
deep
that.
breath over the
so cool.
battlefield, land on the other side, knock everyone back with a wing buffet, and then unleash your magical abilities.
Yes, please.
The Evoker has 2 specializations. They're a hybrid of either ranged DPS or healer, and they wear male armor. We figured, with the new hero classes we've added over the years, we have enough melee. We don't need more of those.
And enough leather and cloth
I don't
wearers.
need any more leather wearers.
Oh, there you go.
Raid leaders are going to love you for that.
Exactly. This
Yes.
is definitely a hero class. And so that means that, like the Death Knights before them or Demon Hunters, they will be starting level 58, and then they're going to have a new starter zone. So they're going to have a slightly different journey into the Dragon Isles as opposed to the rest of us that are sailing there from other parts
Because
of
they're
Azeroth.
dragons.
This.
Can you talk a little bit about the customizations? Like what is going to be able to identify my Dracthyr character?
Basically anything and everything. Skin color, hair color, jewelry, tattoos,
So they
other
have human
adornments.
forms.
You can make this character
Most
the expression
dragons
of
do.
your identity in Azeroth.
New zone, new class,
Yep.
new race.
I think I
Tell
wanna
us
make
about
one.
some of the
Oh,
system updates.
okay.
Features.
Of
Not-
course, the new
not
expansion
saying
brings
I'm
with
going
it,
to play.
new systems,
you want
new
to make
features.
one.
Yes.
I think in
She
recent
enjoys the
expansions,
character
one of the
creation.
things we've
I do.
tended to do
They're fun.
is really have these deep features that were closely tied to a specific expansion that would then get left behind as we moved on. And we've heard loud and clear from players
But I
that
think that
it's kind of a bummer to start off every new expansion by leaving a large part of your character behind, by leaving a large part of your progression behind. So this time around, what we're doing is
Look at
really
him, literally
pouring
the
all our
drawing
energy
board.
into permanent revamps, overhauls, and improvements to World of Warcraft's core systems.
like a beautiful work
Things
area.
like
Yeah.
our progression systems. In this case, our talent system is something that we want to completely revamp. We want to take a look at our
cannot
UI.
imagine having
We want to take a look
those
at professions.
It's amazing.
So with the talent revamp and the arrival of Classic, did you learn anything about how our talents work?
I think seeing a new generation of players play with those talents and work through those talent trees really underscored some of the things that, frankly, we lost when we shifted to the Mists of Pandaria style talents and beyond. A big piece of that was some of just the granularity, the feeling of getting a level and spending a point to customize your character to make yourself a bit better in some specific way. But also
back some of the old
that
stuff.
sense of hybridity that you could have. That's something that we've largely lost.
good thing?
And so the new talent
Maybe.
system avoids
I mean, look at that.
directly pitting player
That's a
power
lot of
throughput
talent.
choices
Yeah.
directly against those sort of utility hybrid choices because we know that there's always a right outcome there. And we also understand that there's
It's
a lot
a
of
lot more
strength
reading
in the
and researching
flexibility of the
for
modern
me.
talent system to let players customize their talents for a particular encounter or for dungeons versus PvP, and we don't want to lose any of that.
So John, UI?
Oh my God. Yes, I got this 30-inch monitor trying to keep track of
Makes
where
me
I am
want
on
a
the map,
30-inch
all my
monitor.
buffs, and over here, what's going on in chat. It has literally made my eyes go like this. So
You're not alone in that. We've made a lot of incremental changes and additions over the years, but really this is a revamp, this is an overhaul. And so we're excited to really modernize the look and feel while staying true to the origins of World of Warcraft. Now at the same time, we're not looking to take away the sort of power user customization there. Add-ons are still there if you want them, but we want a much better default out-of-the-box experience for all players, new and old alike.
and can I reduce elements, remove elements, if I want to explore the world and see the beauty of Azeroth?
When it comes to
Wow.
specific elements, as much as
That looked
possible, we
really
let players
clean.
choose what to show and what to hide so that they can control it themselves.
Okay.
You mentioned professions. I have a critical question about this.
Go on.
Can I wear a chef's hat?
Yeah, I knew it.
Go on.
Our approach to professions in Dragonflight is really all about delivering on fantasy and identity as a crafter. And so if you want to be a serious blacksmith, if you want to be a great leather worker, we want to deliver the ability to
about
invest
time
and
they
energy
revamped
into
professions.
that. Become a master crafter. Be able to make items that are in demand, interact with the community. One of the big pieces that we want to do to support that is a new work order system to have a bit more convenience than just spamming trade chat all day. But if you are someone, you're not yourself a blacksmith, but you have a bunch of mats and you want them forged into a great sword, you can put that work order up, list your mats, offer a commission, and a skilled blacksmith can come along and make you the weapon of your dreams.
Or a skilled
think we
leather
left out one
worker,
thing,
like my
though.
hunter is.
You can be a Dracthyr, go to Dragon Isles. Can I have a dragon?
What's the fantasy of dragons if not soaring over the lands? And so we're really excited to introduce a feature that we're calling dragon riding. It's dynamic, with everything from momentum to dive bombs, the ability to just sort of build that speed up and feel
That looks
the
like
world
it's gonna
rushing
be
past you
so
in a way
fucking
that
fun.
should be
Yeah.
much more exciting than traditional flight that we've had made available in the
But
past.
will it
but that's
only be
also
available in Dragon Isles?
for players through a
That type of
customizable
flight.
dragon mount
There's my
right
question.
from the start.
So this is a skill you learn over time, right, to become an awesome dragon rider?
Yes, you'll be able to sort of upgrade aspects of your flight, but you will have this new form of flight from the start. And the Dragon Companion that you have
We don't have to
is,
unlock
of course,
flying? That's
very
what I'm
thoroughly
thinking.
customizable, which is
just said.
a new thing for us for mounts. This is not just a generic dragon that everyone has, but a drake that is yours. What do you want its scales to look like, horns, the shape of its head, other attachments, armor pieces, and more.
I know that's
Take
actually
your
going to be pretty cool.
This is so cool.
So yes, the Dragonflight expansion is going to see players leveling to 70, going to the all-new continent of the Dragon Isles, which consists of 5 zones, 4 standard leveling zones, and a new starter zone for our Drakthir class, as well as a range of systems revamps, such as a new talent system, an overhaul and update to our UI, and an entirely fresh look at professions, with more depth than ever before.
Sounds good to me.
Also
He's
getting
feeding
around
me
the Dragon
really good,
Isles is going to
spooning
come
it.
in the form of dragon riding, which lets you customize and upgrade your own mount so that
Oh,
you
that
can
dragon
fly
looks
in a
cool.
sense from the start. And of course, as with any new expansion, we have a new set of dungeons, a raid, and much more to come.
We also have an alpha that will be starting up in the future.
Check out our website for more information and keep an eye
Real
out for the
vague,
opt-in
real
signups
vague.
if you want to help us test out Dragonflight and give us even more feedback to make it better.
All right. Thoughts?
I'm sold.
Feelings?
I like it.
I was
I'm looking
a
forward.
fan. I definitely think now, when it all comes out, when we get to the bottom of it, it actually releases, then we'll get the real feeling of it. But with a new UI, new talent system, new race, new class, which are paired together, can't be, it can be that. New lands, something we've been waiting for, the Dragon Isles. I think we've heard about it for probably 6 years now of
Wow.
it lurking around. So,
It's
I
finally
don't know.
here.
I'm very excited. Let
I'm
us know.
excited.
Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you like what you're doing, make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll catch you at the cinematic video. See ya.
Yeah.